So, actually, so here's my thing. Before the Elon bombshell, I actually would have been on Trump's team more actually. But if what Elon says is true, how the fuck could I possibly be on Trump's team?
Well, like I said to you before the show, sure Eminem's probably on the list. I mean, he did a fundraiser one time with Epstein.
Eminem's not president. I'm I'm
Yeah, but
talking
like,
about
what I'm saying is like, just because you're on the list doesn't mean that you were complicit.
Crimson. I'm just saying you probably
Or
can't
is it
find them now,
or is it a
but
full list of people that are all complicit? If the people are all complicit, like is it a list of human beings that were all complicit in the actions of Epstein? Or is it
so
just a list of people that have relations with him? Because if you had relations with him, then like who the fuck? Most people did. Like a lot
well,
of famous people
to your
did. Like
point, Crimson.
like Eminem, Dr. Dre, and Snoop Dogg did a fundraiser with him one time, but I don't think that means they went to the island. You know what I'm saying?
Well, so actually, so firstly, to this point, um, th- does no one have, and like I'm not saying this condescendingly, I'm genuinely asking, does no one have any memory of the fact that we actually did get an OG flight log drop in like 2015, 2016, and Trump's name was right under Bill Clinton's name. But in
Which
the
was right by
what
Eminem's, is what I'm saying.
right, but
That's how we know that
right,
Eminem was on the logs. Yeah, that wasn't 2015, 2016. Was it that long ago? I thought that was after
it
that.
was.
Holy
No,
shit.
no,
Okay,
like
yeah. All
that was
right. Well then,
2015, 16.
well, yeah, that's what I'm referring to. You know what I mean? But like that was quickly dismissed for Eminem. That like no, they did a couple fundraisers, but like you never went to the island. You know what I'm
See?
saying? So
See, right? No,
so
no, no, no.
what
I never said I've never said Trump went to the island. I
I'm
have
not even.
never said this.
I'm just saying like that could the conversation of that. Oh, he all like he's on the list. Like it could mean so many different things. It could be like oh yeah, Roman's on the list because Roman like got him a coffee one time.
Fuck no.
Yeah, but you
Never,
might be on the
ever.
list because you got him a coffee. Like you know, like it doesn't. We don't know what the list details are
I don't
for
think
each
it works in
person.
that way. But
No,
yeah.
the list of like the details of the list are for like each person and what their role was supposedly, right? So like it might be as simple as the fact that like if it could be like, oh yeah, I did fundraisers with this person. You know, like we don't
Ronnie,
truly know
to
yet
this
because they
point,
haven't fully disclosed what it means. So
to
I'm not for or against either person when it comes to it. I'm simply saying I want the fucking truth, and I think I gotta quote the Mon Mothma speech from Andor season 2 about the fact that truth is being completely silenced when it comes to these things.
to
So
this point, Ronnie, so I was talking to so like I was talking about this with like, one of my coworkers
I'm
because
gonna blow
he
that
brought
out.
it up to me. I said, if Trump's not guilty, he'll he will just drop the fucking list and he will literally prove that like, Elon's lying. He has that power. Just fucking drop it. Just he said he said he would drop the Epstein files on day 1 and he hasn't. Why? Because he's all over them. I am telling you. In what context? We don't know. But he's all over them. I promise you all that. He is all over them. Dude, there's pictures of them in Mar-a-Lago. Like, come on. Come on. Really?
Yo, Roman, the
Seriously,
other
y'all?
thing, hold on. What if he's got said files and he was like, "Yeah, I'm gonna drop them on." I gotta play devil's advocate, correct? Right? So you know I have to do it
Sure.
because it's because there's
Sure.
like if I don't, then I feel disingenuine, right? So
Sure.
if let's say that yes, he was fully planning on dropping the Epstein files day one, correct?
My whole point right here.
Oh, yo, what's up, small time? How you doing, brother?
Small
Um,
time. What's happening?
so let's say that he was going to drop the files day one. he gets a chance to look at said files. He sees things that not only that not even he expected to see, things that might disrupt like the global economic scale or disrupt the way that the global political climate is. You might not want to drop that day one anymore. And I'm only playing devil's advocate for that because there could be things within there. It's the same way, and the only reason I'm saying this, right, is because it's the same way that uh shit, the president before Reagan, fucking Carter. It's the same reason that Carter could not get anything done with like the UFOs, right? Because when he finally contacted NASA, the things that, and he has said this in multiple interviews, and it's also been corroborated by other people in his staff, that when he did speak with NASA and the CIA, FBI, and whatnot, all the different organizations, it was shit that was so horrendous that he did not want the American people to know about it. It terrified him. So, I mean, there is quite possibly that there is that possibility that there is something that is so big and world breaking that we can't even know. That might be. I mean, you might say nah, but you can't deny the possibility that it exists. I'm only playing devil's advocate,
bro?
And I'm
Jeffrey
saying
Epstein
that
gave Hillary Clinton anal sex. Is that really what Trump's hiding? No, bro. Look,
I'm not. That's not what I'm. That's not what I'm saying. I'm not going full conspiracy. I'm saying that there is a full possibility that things could be completely fucking different. Like you don't truly really know.
I 1000% agree with what Crimson says here. He should drop them.
Drop them regardless. I think it gets more complicated than just him being there. Either way, Trump still hasn't released them. Yeah, I mean, I agree.
And he promised that he would.
Like I said, fuck you. All I had to do was say I'm playing devil's advocate, you motherfuckers. I don't believe what I'm saying. I'm just telling you that this is. It would be disingenuous for me not to play devil's advocate.
I mean, people
let their is there not also this possibility? Because there's not a single expert among us.
People let their kids hang out with fucking Diddy, Ronnie. So like your point, I get what you're saying, but it's kind of moot. Because people don't like, bro, Elon is on ketamine half the fucking time. I don't really think that he understands what he's like doing a lot of the time. If Pam Bondi or Kash Patel had any guts, they would release the info, even if Trump told them not to. Well, you know what? None of them in Washington have any guts. And I think I know why they won't, because...
Just gotta say, Roman, ketamine ain't proven.
Roland, look, okay, it's not proven, but have you seen Elon?
I've seen a guy on ketamine before, and it doesn't look like that.
Have you seen his eyes, bro? He's on something. He has to be on something.
Roman, I've seen he might be on something, but I've also seen a man on actual ketamine before, and it doesn't look like that.
It's worth risking their jobs for, dude. I am telling you, the reason is because Trump is part of the system. Trump is part of the deep state, and releasing this fucks up the entire deep state.
Roman, I think he's the Roman. He's definitely not part of the deep state because he almost got fucking assassinated multiple times. He's not part of the fucking deep state. There's no fucking way. You know this. We know this. We run a show that we talk about conspiracies on.
He's friends with the Clintons. He's friends with the Clintons.
Yes. How many other people that were friends with the Clintons are fucking dead now, Roman? That has nothing to do with it. Jesus. I'm not talking about the Clintons. I'm not talking about that. They fucking hate this guy. They've tried to put him in prison. They've tried to do all these other things. He is the farthest from the deep state that is possible. No, they don't like him. I don't like him either. But what I'm telling you is they don't fucking like him. Trust me. You need to get.
Yes, they fucking do. He made them richer. What are you talking about?
No, that's not the deep state. You're talking about big banking and other shit.
That goes hand in hand with them. But you know what, Ronnie? It wouldn't shock me because he promised to lock Hillary up in his first term and fucking didn't. There's a lot of things that, this guy promises and doesn't fucking do. So yeah, he actually his exact words were, "If I become president, I will hire a special prosecutor to look into your case because what happened with your case is is a a total shame." And he said that she should be in jail. And you want to know something? He was right, but he didn't do anything about it. Why? Because they're friends. Because they make money from the same
Roman, it's not
people.
because they were friends. Can I tell you why? You know how politically that would look fucking horrible for him. The fallout of that would be immense.
No
Oh,
one likes
oh,
Hillary Clinton,
no,
bro.
no, 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 no. A lot of people fucking still do. A lot of people still to this day do. The political fallout from him actually putting his person that ran against him in jail after winning and becoming president, the political fallout around the planet would be insane.
I
There's no way he
look,
could do it.
okay.
She would
I
have to
get
do
that,
something
but
so
then don't
heinous.
promise that shit.
She would have to do something so heinous that is completely proven on camera for them to be like, yes, that lady deserves prison. No,
But
he
then
could
don't
not
fucking
do it.
promise it
He
then.
couldn't do it. He literally could not fucking do it because if he did, Roman, if I did some crazy shit and you and I were running and you were talking shit about all the crazy shit that I did, like, and then you became the president and it wasn't like fully proven until years later, but like you had arrested me beforehand, dude, it would have looked horrible. You can't. Trump has not
Exactly that.
gone after any of the Democrats. He said we're criminals. Yes, and that's the reasoning I'm telling you is because it politically it'll look horrible. He's trying to do the opposite because guess what? They went after him. So what he's doing is not going after them legally. They went
I
after him
don't
legally, so he's doing the opposite. That's a business tactic. It's a business tactic that I've seen done before in actual business. So it's not necessarily something that he likes doing. He's not doing it to protect them. He's doing it to protect himself and his integrity, and it's working.
Nah, it's because they all are part of the same club, and
They're not
he
part
doesn't
of the
want to
same
fuck with
club,
that.
Roman.
They bro.
They're not.
He, dude,
They're
he
not.
gave Bill Clinton $100 million
Are
for
you one of
his,
the people that thinks that he actually set up the shooter on his own to precisely shoot him in the side of the ear?
I don't think that, and I'm not saying that, but what I'm saying is,
Because
for
that's an
everybody's,
impossible shot. There's been snipers that have tried to recreate it since that's happened. Military snipers that have tried to recreate it since that's happened. It's not possible. It's
can
a
I?
freak accident.
So we might just have to agree to disagree on whether he's like part of the club or not. But I will say that no, I don't think that the shooter was set up by him. I just think he was some fucking psychopath who wanted to shoot at wanted to shoot at the former president.
Yeah, I mean, he
Um,
killed fucking mad people afterwards. But here's the thing: there's idiots online that have literally said, "Oh no, like he clearly this was a setup," and I'm like, 8 people got fucking shot, right? Like,
no,
it
no, no.
just died.
I'm
Like,
not saying that. I'm
no, I'm
not
not
saying
talking
that.
about you. I'm
But
just saying,
what I would say is that I also do think that like you have to look at it in this way, right? Um, yeah, see, right. Trump is a pussy. Trump is a pussy. Okay,
Roman, I wouldn't say that. I mean, you can't say that. You
he's
might
a
not like
pussy, bro.
you might not like the guy, but you can't say that he's a pussy because of what he's done, like where he's at.
Done,
Let me
bro.
shoot you
Done
in the let
what?
me shoot you in the ear and then have you stand up while other people are getting shot and be like, I'm fine.
All right, but look though.
Like
Let
you can't say you're a like, you can't say he's a pussy. You can't.
I
You
mean,
might you might
I
say that he doesn't
I
do
mean
certain
politically.
things politically.
Politically.
Yeah,
He's a
but
fucking pussy.
even business wise, he's not a pussy either. Like he's
But
certainly not a
the
pussy.
point but the point that I was making was like, and for Ronnie who says evidence matters. Let me educate y'all a little bit here. So Trump, would we all agree here that, the, NSA violates our rights constantly? That's something that the government came up with after 9/11 as a way to protect us, but it's been proven that the NSA actually spies on us illegally. That's probably something that the deep state does, right? Okay. So here, let's just
Roman
put
just
this
gets
all
shot in the head while it's explaining a conspiracy through the window.
let's put this all out there. So Trump, if he was not part of the deep state, he would have ended the NSA. He increased funding by $4 trillion during his term and continued illegal spying on Americans.
I don't
That
know.
is proven. That is
Yeah,
proven.
I don't know about like he would have ended the NSA.
Yeah, he fucking would have. Carter would have.
Yeah, he fucking
Carter.
would. He's not Carter.
That's my whole
And
point. That's my whole point.
Carter might not have if he lived in the world that we live in now. These are different
I think Carter would have,
situations.
though. He would have tried. At least I think.
All right.
But no. But no. The point that I'm making, Roland, is that he increased spying on Americans. He signed the fucking bill. So he could have just vetoed it, but he signed it. He signed it into law. You all can look it up. He gutted our internet privacy rights. He did that so that companies can sell our data without telling us. So he's not with us. He's not with us. So, yeah, exactly. That's my whole fucking point. When does this gravy train end for, like, these dumb fucking idiots? I'm sorry. But, like, at this point, and Roland, I'm not saying you, but, like, I'm saying at this point, for people that even moderately support him, when does the gravy train fucking end? Seriously, really. Like, what does he have to fucking do? Like,